Hello. We're going out the front door today, and we're going to set up quickly because I want to film these young squirrels playing on the trees in our yard. Today's instrument was once again a Dizi, this time in size E. And let's take a moment to talk a little bit about how these instruments are named. If I start with all the holes closed and open them one at a time, these are sometimes called the natural fingerings of a flute, then the instrument produces a B major scale. So why say the instrument is in size E? Well, most Dizi have their pitch labeled above the top hole on the right hand. If you cover all the holes above the hole with the label, in other words, cover all of the left-hand holes, then the instrument produces the pitch written by that hole. For example, this flute produces an E with that fingering. Now, to my Western-trained fingers, this fingering feels like a G. If I were to play the same fingering, plus the thumb, on my Western concert flute, it would make a G. So I think of this as a G fingering, and I write it that way when composing, even when composing for Dizi. But on my E-size Dizi, I get the pitch E with that fingering instead of G. That's a major sixth higher. In Western terms, we'd say this flute transposes up a major sixth compared to the standard Western flute. A major sixth above C is A, so in the Western system, we'd say this is a flute in A. Now, the Japanese system uses numbers instead of letters. The origin of the numbers has to do with the pitches found on a shamisen, a stringed instrument with which the shinobue sometimes plays. That's an explanation for another day, but for now, I'll just point out that the higher the number, the higher the pitch. And that's why my really long, low flutes have negative numbers, like the -2 and -3 that we heard earlier in the series. This E-size Dizi would be the equivalent of a shinobue size 7. Thank you for listening, and see you next week.